The Other Boleyn Girl offers us a glimpse into the life of Anne's less famous sister. We sat down with the director and the stars at this year's Berlinale to discuss the film.
Why are you here for her?
Because she's my sister.
This is my first film, and I just loved the script. I immediately read the script and read it quick, and I loved it. It was such a page-turner, and an incredible story that I wasn't really aware of. I knew about Henry VIII, I knew about his relationship with Anne Boleyn, but I didn't know about Anne Boleyn's sister.
When I first received the script, I knew that Natalie was on board, and I've always been a huge fan of hers. Always just thought she was very talented and very inspiring for young actors, and was so versatile and but always very moving and sympathetic, and that's what attracted me originally to the whole project, is that, oh, Natalie wants you to play her sister. And then when I read the script and I saw what a great roles and different roles, diverse roles these were for two young actors, I was like, I can't pass up this opportunity.
When you look into a character, you're looking at all of the history that was around this person, the times they lived in, the circumstances they lived in, and the pressures on them of the time, but also the timeless human feelings and emotions that get them where they are.
I always enjoy researching my characters, but I always find that in the end the most important elements are, a combination of the script and being true to the character in the script, and coming up with your own interpretation. So historically it is very interesting to go back and look at them, because I think it just makes the job more interesting, from a personal point of view as well.
I looked and searched in many books, pages long of the 6 Wives of Henry VIII and stories of Anne Boleyn, and there was so much reference material there, and I could find hardly anything about this character.
So this is it, where the King of England sleeps.
And reads and writes, finds a few moments each day for himself.
And yet you invite me here.
Because I like you, and trust you.
You hardly know me.
I'm lied to 100 times a day. Petitioned, lobbied. One learns how to decipher a face. Yours is as the sun. One shouldn't gaze too long.
I had a very kind of amiable friendship and a really deep friendship with my siblings, and I always have. But I do have an older sister, and I always kind of idolized her and thought she was the coolest thing ever, and still do. But I definitely applied that to the way that I approach the intimate side of this sisterly bond.
I think it's, I think relationships between sisters, I don't know, I don't have a sister, but it seems like it's very complicated, because it's the person you love most in the world, but it's also the person you probably compare yourself most to.
You told them, didn't you?
It was for your own good.
You never would have got away with it. It would have ruined your prospects forever.
Really? For my good? Well, I'll try to remind myself of that while I'm in exile. And you're here in the king's bed, not challenged for our father's affection. That it was for my good, not yours.
Anne!
The costume definitely has quite a big effect on you, because you can't get dressed on your own, you can't disrobe on your own. It affects the way you stand, the way you sit. They're very, very heavy, so it has a very real physical effect on you. But it's great, because then it forces you to behave in a way that's different.
These costumes were, they were uncomfortable, that's for sure. I mean, it's hard to be corseted for 12 hours a day, but Sandy Powell, who built the costumes, she's an incredible designer, and she really modernized these costumes as much as they are very authentic. She took kind of all of the exciting colors, textiles, textures that were popular during this period and really put them on display. So it was great to wear the costumes, just not after lunch. That was
What would you have me do? Hide. Can I trust her?